So I have now been 30 for 2 years, and let me rephrase that. I have now been in my 30s for 2 years. 31. I'm 31. Okay. I was 30 for a year, and then I've been 31 since March. Anyway, that clearly makes me an expert on all things 30. So unlike any of the other ages that I turned, when people would ask me, oh, how do you feel? I would just be like, oh, I feel the same as I did yesterday. It's just another day. I don't feel any different. I don't feel any older. My bones aren't breaking. Then something happened when I turned 30 where I truly felt different. Nothing happened when I turned 31, but when I shifted from my 20s to my 30s, there truly was a shift, and it just felt different. And it felt different preparing to turn 32. I felt like, this is a whole new decade. Like, this is different. This is just not an ordinary birthday. This is entering into a whole nother realm of adulthood, essentially. So today I just want to talk about some of the things that shifted for me when I turned 30. And I'll probably talk about other things pertaining to our 30s in future videos as well. Stay tuned. Hi guys, it's Sarah Elizabeth. Welcome back to my channel where we talk about a whole lot of life and a whole lot of Jesus. Today, if this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on my channel. Today we're going to talk about some of the shifts that I discovered when I entered into my 3rd decade. No long introduction is really necessary because I'm just going to ramble. So let's jump in. So as I stated, there are so many shifts that happen when you reach your 30s. For one, you learn to be so much more comfortable with parts of yourself that are imperfect and the things that you don't do so well. For instance, once upon a time, I wanted to do all the things. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to be a dancer. I wanted to be this, that, and the third. And not all of those things came naturally to me. I'm not going to front and pretend like I'm going to be the one who's going to stand up there with you in the middle of a room with a crowd watching and battle you on a dance off. Like, that's not going to happen. No. Listen, I can groove. I can enjoy the music, but I don't dance like that. I don't dance like that. There's a song that says, I don't dance, don't ask. That's me. I don't dance, don't ask. I'll be here somewhere under clouds. Okay, let me not say that on this channel. Anyway, moving on. I realized that is absolutely okay. And it's absolutely okay if somebody else does and you don't. And acknowledging those parts of you that you realize are not necessarily your gifts can help your strengths shine. Can help your strengths shine. That was a tongue twister. When you realize what you do well and what accentuates your gifts, and you do more of that, you shine so much better. It's like that saying, a jack of all trades, but a master of none. In a sense, you learn that being a jack of all trades isn't actually the best route for you. You learn to be okay with the fact that I know this about myself. I know I got this little pooch and I may never have a full-blown six-pack, and I'm okay with my pooch. Whatever it is that you can't change or won't change, whatever it is, you learn to be okay with that. And that, I believe, helps you shine because you are completely comfortable with the parts of you that you once would have been embarrassed about. You're completely comfortable saying, I don't know how to do that, or I don't like that, or I'm afraid of that. I was talking to someone the other day and I was saying how I love theme parks, but I know my limits. I cannot get on any circular anything, okay? No circular rides whatsoever. I cannot handle them. And it's not that I'm afraid of them, it's that my body is physically incapable of tolerating them. I can't even get on the tire swing at the park. And that has been the case since childhood, except when I was younger, that could have been embarrassing for me to admit because I wanted to fit in. And I say could have because that particular example really wasn't embarrassing for me as a kid. I didn't like how the tire swing made me feel, so I refused to go on it. Once I actually identified it as the culprit of my childhood playground problems. Now as an adult, I go until I can't go anymore, and then I go home, okay? Come on, some 30-year-old somebody. I know my limits. If the whole group is trying to go on the Ferris wheel, maybe not the Ferris wheel because that thing's kind of slow, but that fast spinny thing that they have at the fair, yeah, guess where Sarah's gonna be? Down at the bottom cheering all y'all on for keeping your food down, okay? I know my limits. And I'm comfortable with my limits. I'm comfortable with what I'm capable of, and I'm comfortable with what I am not capable of. And there is just so much power and so much strength and so much confidence and freedom in being able to say, that's not my strong point, but let me show you what I can do. If you are not a public speaker, you don't have to public speak. That's not your strong point. If you're not a singer, you don't have to sing. That's not your strong point. Or you don't have to be a soloist, or in whatever capacity you are not that, then you don't have to be that or try to be that or pretend to be that. And it's okay. If you want to be that and you want to grow in an area, that's fine. But if there is something that you realize you just prefer not to do because that's not where you shine the best, it's okay to say, yeah, that's not really my thing, but I'm more than happy to do ... And I just really realized that I grew so much more comfortable with who I am and the things that I like and don't like about myself and about other people. I have really been able to resurface and not suppress in my 30s, because what's more important to me now is my peace of mind and my comfort. So whereas once upon a time I was quite a bit of a people pleaser, and even now I find myself people pleasing at times, I have found a strength that I didn't have before in saying, actually, I would prefer this, or this is why I choose to do this, or this is why I no longer do that, or I won't do this, or I can't do this. And I think that people who are also on their journey of growing in self-reflection and self-preservation understand and appreciate, and even a lot of the time admire the fact that you said no, or you decided to do what was best for you. There was this girl amongst a group of us that I was talking to, and everybody was planning on doing something and she opted not to do it. And I was like, why are you going? And she's like, for one, I'm on a journey of saving money, and also I'm just in a different place in my life where that doesn't interest me. And she'd rather spend that time by herself than to do something that doesn't serve her. And I had nothing but admiration for her in that moment. I was like, wow, I'm so impressed by you, because I agreed not even wanting to go simply because of not wanting to be viewed as the person who is always saying no and then feeling left out in the end when I essentially left myself out. But I admired that she did what was best for her without considering anyone else's feelings. And I know that sounds bad, but she put her feelings first in that moment, and that was the appropriate order. I don't think we should always do that, because there are times where we do need to put other people above ourselves. But then there are also times that we have to make sure that we preserve our energy, our well-being, our space, our dignity, and whatever it is, to make sure that we're not depleting ourselves for the sake of somebody else. I have so many things that I learned since I entered into my third decade. It really was a shift, and I think that it can all be summed up as a shift of confidence and becoming. I became solidified in who I am as a person. Not that I wouldn't still change, grow, and evolve, but more so that I'm accepting of where I am amidst my growth. I'm accepting of who I am in the process of becoming better. And that is something that I wish that I had in my 20s, but I'm so glad I have it now. And I'm still continuing to become. I'm still growing, I'm still changing. I'm sure that there's going to be another shift at 40 and decades to come. But that's all for today. Please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, all of that, and I will see you very soon. As always, Sarah Elizabeth. Bye.